Let's cut to the chase, shall we? This is episode 15 of Disventure Camp All-Stars, and I hate it. I don't like it at all. And if you're gonna go into the comments saying, I actually really liked this episode, I thought it was really good. Okay, yeah, cool. I'm happy that you liked it. I do not. Here is why. So episodes 13 and 14 were, a little controversial. I know some people didn't like 13, a lot of people really didn't like 14. I thought both of these episodes were good, and I enjoyed them. This one is not that. This one's bad. And I say this because I feel like sometimes I'm a little too hard on this show. I feel bad about being mean to it. But, man, this one, I'm not gonna hold back on. But let's start with the positives, because I want to be fair. First and foremost, I feel it's only fair to give Connor his due respects, because I still think he's incredibly solid. I was worried that he was just gonna be a sad boy for the whole episode, or maybe even more than that, but thank God Jake smacked some sense into him, and that worry was quickly eschewed. I like the bond these two have. Jake still has his quirks, I'll give him that, but I feel like he works really well with Connor, and I like the way these two bounce off of one another. So congratulations to Connor Blake and Jacob Hamilton. God, these two are white. Congratulations to them for being good. I like them. But I can't very well say the same for anyone else. Actually, I'm wrong. Trevor and Emily were pretty good this episode, despite only being on screen for like a minute each, give or take. It was good to see Emily again. Even though it's only a small cameo, I like that she's here, and I think she makes the episode a little better. And poor Trevor, he's been through so much recently. I feel like it's time for him to get his get back. Silly Billy just makes Trevor far too lovable for anyone to not like him. Ooh, actually, while I have you here, I need your help with something. Now, Silly Billy likes to make little reactions to these episodes, you know, like I probably should do, but he has not yet covered episode 15. I am hoping this video will beat him to the punch. Now, what I would like for you all to do is when he reacts to episode 15 and that video pops up on his channel, I want you to go to that video, I want you to leave a comment, a very nice comment, I want you to say nice things, I want you to be supportive to this man who does his hardest to make entertaining content. I just want you to call him Funny Matthew instead of Silly Billy. You know, call him Funny Matthew. It will be a fun and harmless prank which I would like you to help me with. And Funny Matthew, if you are watching this video right now, you did not hear that. That was all an optical illusion. It's nothing. You can go back to doing your thing. You don't have to worry about anything at all. Okay, back to the episode that I hate. Let's get the easy ones out of the way first. Yes, Gret and Ally are the easy ones. Buckle up. Gret's cool, Gret's alright. I think everything with Gret this episode is pretty good. I like that she's being more strategic. That definitely helps. Doesn't quite ring as much with me as I think they were intending. I don't think this came too late, I just wish there was more stuff earlier, and I've said that in the last few videos with Gret, so I'm not gonna harp on that. It's just, yeah, took a little while to get here, but it's whatever. She's good. Ally, on the other hand, not quite. Do I even need to say anything here? Now, Ally did a few things last episode that I know not a lot of people were fond of, namely the fact that she left Jake with an angry bear, and you know, that wasn't good, and it was a bad thing she did. She was a little annoying that episode, and I feel like, with how she's written this episode, it was basically to compensate for that, you know, kind of make that better. And what I've decided is that it did not work in the slightest. What do you want me to say? She's just annoying, and I don't like her, and she's just... Okay, look, when Jake was bitching about people for like the first half of the season, it wasn't fun, and now when Ally's doing it, it's also not fun, okay? Does that make sense? Is that what you want me to say? Okay, that's what I think. That's the most I can really say on her, because what else is there to say? It's Ally. Ally does not have a personality, at least not a compelling one. She has 3 things to her name. One is Hunter and Tess. They are gone, so that's that. Her next thing is just the fact that she is just so insecure about everything. She's afraid of the trolls being mean to her. Let me give you this piece of advice, Ally. Maybe if you don't want those trolls annoying you anymore, you could, I don't know, do something about it. You know, maybe attempt to kind of change their minds, you know, not handle yourself in this way, like carry yourself better, be the best version of yourself, show off different parts of your personality that people might not know about, because as far as I'm concerned, outside of all this, all you have to offer is gang, and all the other stupid shit you've been saying. If your entire personality is gaming references, you need to get a new one. Now, funnily enough, I think there are 2 characters who are worse than Ally in this episode, but there's one that I think is much worse and that I hate way more, and one who's so funny. I'm gonna get into them now. You can probably guess who they are. Why is Rhea still in this show? Spoiler alert, she doesn't get eliminated this episode, but I'm assuming you've already watched the episode, so I don't have to worry about that. I have nothing good to say about Rhea in All Stars. There's a lot of mean girls in shows like these, and while they each vary a little bit, there's one crucial element that they all need to have in order for them to work, and that is charm. Julia is very witty. Heather has a very commanding stage presence coupled with an amazing vocal performance. Flower is just fucking crazy. And even Fiore's got the gimmick of, oh hey, look, the little girl is evil, while also being very funny and charismatic in her own right. Additionally, each of these characters has one really good dynamic with someone else in the cast to help carry them forward. Rhea in Disventure Camp All-Stars has none of these things. Now I'll give her this, she does have stuff going on with Alec and Connor, so it's not like she doesn't speak to anyone in this cast. The problem is, those plot lines and dynamics are bad. With Alec, she's mostly just sat there listening to his problems and furthering his arc. She doesn't really matter all that much to him. And it's clear that he'd much rather be doing things with Connor if he had the chance. And with Connor, I understand where they're going for. It's like Rhea's let the show consume her, so her relationship with Connor is dwindled and now they're enemies. So that makes sense to some degree. If you ignore Season 2, there is no good reason for Rhea to be this evil in this season. And I say is and not acting like because she's not acting.
Okay, that's good.
Rhea,
I actually
are you really proud of being called the villain of TV?
You better believe that.
Okay,
so
yeah.
Aiden's about to die, but like, thank God they clarified that. People have been giving Rhea way too much, like, free reign. Just
Okay,
assuming
so
that she,
confirmed.
Like, feels
She is evil. It's not a mask. That's the real her. You can all. I'm putting this clip in the episode, in the video, by the way. Confirmed. She is evil. She does not feel bad. There is no fake Rhea that she's putting on. She actually is just that bitch, in a bad way. / neg.
Never in a million years.
That was
Oh,
dumb.
come on!
Okay.
Excuse me.
At this point, a lot of you should.
Okay, you can't be like, oh my God, I love being the queen of mean and being so evil, and then like try and show the sincerity and like guilt.
If they try and make her sympathetic, I'm going to be upset.
That's gonna become the episode. Just stop trying. That's gonna become what this content is used for. Stop trying to make Rhea sympathetic.
I am
I could
so
see Ally
good at
winning,
this
too.
game. My acting has gotten so great, I can fool a lie detectors now.
Oh,
Okay, that's a better explanation. Still stupid because that shouldn't be a thing, but like it's a better rationale.
I honestly
But yeah, now she's obviously gonna win because like, duh.
Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm.
Wait, then why'd she get the first one wrong?
deserve 10 more Emmys for that.
Oh, I guess it's to make
Rhea.
it seem like
Ask whatever you
reasonable.
want.
When I took you out on that first date, after your success, did you consider leaving Hollywood for me?
As if. I never choose you over my career, asshole. Whoa!
Okay, good.
Yeah.
To do that, we're down to 4.
Get
That
fucked.
bitch deserved it.
What is the goal here? So Rhea genuinely does like being evil, and we know this because she didn't bring up the fact that she was acting until that second thing. But clearly they're hinting at the fact that she actually does have a conscience and still, like, has feelings for Connor, or at least feels bad about what she did to him. I'm just confused on what the angle with Rhea is supposed to be. Am I supposed to hate her? Am I supposed to want her to get better and for her and Connor to make out? This type of imbalance worked in Season 2 because Rhea was genuinely misguided and then atoned after the fact. And because of Season 2 and how her arc progressed at the end of the season, that ruins literally everything they are trying to do here because Rhea should know better. I don't like her being pure evil because it devalues what happened at the end of Season 2. And I don't like her being sympathetic because in this season, she is insufferable. I have not been this frustrated with a character from a Total Drama fan project since Danny goddamn Next Generation. You wanna know what's wrong with him? Imagine if Hunter made Final Four twice. And also, he doesn't have any of those accidentally really funny moments. He is unspeakably bad, and I am directly comparing Rhea to him. That is how much I do not like this character. I really hope next episode is her last, because I'm getting really sick and tired of her. And if you disagree, that's cool. I'm not asking for much other than for you to respect my opinion. Is that cool? Okay, cool. Okay, we're, not quite ready for Aiden yet, so, who's left? Oh, you! Hey! What you doing here? Alright, Alec, listen, I'm gonna level with you. You've been funny in the past, like accidentally, but I made a promise to myself. There is nothing you can do to get that reaction out of me again.
Likeable.
Alec, did you ever love your son?
Of course I love my son.
Oh, shit!
He really is Brian Griffin.
Oh, fuck! Oh, shit!
All right, everybody in the audience, raise your hand if this outcome
Oh,
surprised you.
God! It seems today that all you see is violence in movies and sex on TV!
But where are those good old... I don't remember the lyrics.
I have made very many jokes on this topic, and now I am afraid I am no longer joking. This footage will no longer cut it. We're gonna need something a little more accurate. I hear that a lot of people really didn't care for Brian this episode, but I kinda thought he was funny. Well written? Certainly not. But funny? Oh yeah, he had some of that going on for sure. I find it strange that some people are only taking issue with his character now, despite the fact that he's been a shell of his former self for the entirety of All Stars. So in a weird way, I think him getting absolutely whipped by Rhea is like the most hilarious thing ever. I used to think that he, Rhea, and Gabby were all equally as bad, but now I see that if I stop taking him seriously, suddenly Brian Griffin starts to become a much more enjoyable character. You heard me right. I, Lech Gang, think that Brian Griffin is a better character than Gabby Disventure Camp. I look forward to see what wacky antics he gets up to next. Okay, but for real, all the stuff with Rhea and Ally and Brian wouldn't be as much of an issue if it didn't overshadow Aiden entirely. Aiden gets arguably the least amount of screen time and the least amount of plot relevance in this episode, despite the fact that it is the episode in which he is eliminated. And I am fully confident in the assertion that this was a bad decision. Like, actually wrong. Like, should not have been done. Aiden needed more for this episode. Like, the Connor, Rhea, Brian stuff. I think all of that could have been pushed to the next episode. That's clearly going to be the main plot going forward. And if that was too important, then just cut some of the stuff with Ally and Gret. I don't see why this is a big issue. Aiden's not my favorite character in All Stars by any means, but I feel like he deserved a better exit than this. People say Gabby's elimination was bad, at least she got to do shit in that episode. I don't know, man, I just think this is a really unsatisfying way to eliminate this character. And I feel like he absolutely should have been a priority for this episode, if no other. I don't know, man, this episode is mostly just really boring. Aside from Brian just being a stupid little bitch, there wasn't really anything that made me laugh. And I sure as hell wasn't invested enough in the drama to really care all that much. It's crazy to think that one of these characters is gonna go on to win, because none of them are really all that good. Brian and Rhea are villains, so they can't win. That would be really annoying. Jake and Ally have been way too rocky recently. I don't really see them doing it. And while Gret probably could be a good one, I don't know. I feel like her performance is going to be very backloaded, if you get what I mean. Connor's currently my ideal winner, but given that he's a rejoiner, his chances are about as good as Reanimated beating Detective Hat Kid. This was the highlight of my Saturday, by the way. Like, not even close. This little 1-minute video was more hype than anything that happened in the entirety of this episode. I am so fucking excited to do Megamix content, I swear to God. Once Winners Round 2 is over, I am locking the fuck in. I know some of you are Megamix fans, you're gonna love what I have in store for you. Okay, but until I get there, I have to close out this video. Yeah, I just didn't like this one. I didn't think it was funny, I didn't like the drama, I think the elimination wasn't handled very well, and I think some of the characters were really irritating this go around. I'm more confident that the next one's gonna be really good, considering Rhea's almost definitely the next one out. I mean, she's gotta go soon, right? Right? Judging from my community post, a lot of you actually really liked this episode, and that's cool. If this was a good episode for you, it was a good episode, and I'm glad you liked it. I'm not here to say that you can enjoy this episode. Absolutely, if you do, go for it. I'm glad that you can enjoy something that I don't. Let's just be chill and respectful in the comments, please. I do a lot to make these videos, and just to get bad stuff happen is not good for me. Yeah, so be nice to me, please. So, that's the end of the video. Closing thoughts? I'm so glad I got to use this track. It's such a banger. Okay, that's it. Peace out. Bye.